Hey, nice to see you. Merry Christmas. I hope Santa Claus brought you loads of nice things this year. He brought me some nice stuff. He brought me a game based on the best Christmas film of all time, Gremlins. All you die-hard lunatics and all you Miracle on 34th Street crazies, you can all get underneath the mistletoe hanging from my pubes and kiss my balls, because you're wrong, and Ernest Saves Christmas is the second best film.
Air brake.
It's a text adventure written by Brian Howarth. By Brian Howarth and published by Adventure International in 1985. And despite me being shite at adventure games, I'm quite enjoying this one. We'll begin where the action begins in the movie, once the eggs have hatched and all these fun guys come out to play. Straight away, this guy's being confrontational. Fuck ye! Fuck ye! Right, let's get started. I'm in a bedroom, things I see. Slimy gremlin pods, chicken scraps, flashlight, gremlin throwing darts. Gremlin throws dart? What now? Well, I suppose I'm going to catch that dart. No, of course you wouldn't be able to understand it. Wait, that's fucking stupid. I'm dead. Of course I'm dead. That was fucking ridiculous. Why would I even think of that? I get used to those faces laughing at me. I die many times when I'm playing this game. But when to pride aside, it makes sense to start from here. If you're not familiar with the film, here's what you missed. It makes sense to start here. We really don't need to go through all the rigmarole of explaining to Mr. Futterman why smoke pouring out of the engine isn't likely to be a dead battery fault.
Hey Billy, what's the matter? You need a jump?
We don't need to suffer the indignity of an overbearing work colleague criticising our every single move.
That's where everybody's dad proposes to their mom. Cross your teeth.
Fuck off, lady. I'll sign my name whatever way I see fit. But for those of you who aren't familiar with the greatest Christmas film of all time, this is how we got to this sticky predicament. We start in Chinatown, where the inventor Randy Peltzer is trying to flog off his, let's be honest, dangerously dysfunctional merchandise to whoever will buy it. Probably people that think that criminal negligence isn't something that they pay for enough in their business plan. He doesn't have any luck selling any of his products, but he does need to keep that roof above his family's head this Christmas. So he spunks away $200.
I'll give you $200. That's $200.
Old Chinese guys in the 80s movies are astute as fuck. Grandad can see that Randy Peltzer can barely look after himself, never mind a mogwai, so he tells him, put your money back in your pocket and fuck off.
With Mogwai comes much responsibility. I cannot sell him at any price.
But grandfather keeps this little shitbag around the shop who thinks he knows better. He fancies himself as a businessman, even though his real job is going out into the dark nights and grabbing men off the street and taking them down alleyways to try and get money out of them.
Now come on, you want it or not?
I want it.
So the kid sells Peltzer the Mogwai. Sorry, excuse me. The kid sells Peltzer the Mogwai that he stole from his grandfather only moments ago, and which Peltzer witnessed with his own eyes. Doesn't seem to fucking bother him though. Peltzer is fully aware that he is trading in stolen exotic animals. I say aware, but Peltzers are as dim as the middle of the night. Now we'll learn the 3 rules about Mogwai care. Number 1. Mogwai suffer from migraines. Probably. They're super light sensitive. They don't like bright lights at all, and sunlight can kill them. So treat them like they're Scottish. Number 2. Don't ever get a mogwai wet. Don't kiss them on the neck, don't play with their nipples, and don't let them read those dreadful, awful E.L. James books. Fisting isn't soft play, I don't care how small your hands are. And rule number 3. Never feed them after midnight. Mogwais have slow metabolisms and they suffer from body confidence issues, so let's not go making that any worse. This should all work out great, because Billy is great at looking after pets.
I'm a simple man, don't wanna complicate.
Is he planning to keep that dog tied up there for his whole shift? For a full 8 hours?
Barney, you get him out of the way, my dear lady.
And now the dog has to be put to sleep because Billy has turned it into a dangerous animal. Yeah, this will be fine. Go for it, Bill. Fast forward through Gizmo beginning to realise that he was probably better off in the box. Where enveloped in the love and affection of the Peltzers, Gizmo has been temporarily blinded 3 times. Suffered at least 1 head injury. Probably 2 though.
What is it, a birdcage?
No, don't shake it.
And ends up upside down in a bin. Great work, Billy. But he hasn't got Gizmo wet yet. What we need is for Billy to set Gizmo down really ridiculously close to a water source. And a clumsy cunt. Enter Corey Feldman, the man who's made more money per lip movement than any other actor ever in Hollywood. Fact.
You know, you should just buy orange juice and cartons. It's a lot easier.
He is also a complete riot to play with. Can you blink? Can you blink? You think these eyelids are fucking painted on, Feldman? Knock the water over and get the fuck out of here.
I'm a simple man, don't wanna complicate.
Now Billy does something completely unexpected. He takes Gizmo down to his dad and says, "Hey look, this thing's too high maintenance for me to look after. I think we should return it to Chinatown." Nah, of course he doesn't. That'll be a shite movie. He just keeps Peltzering his way through it.
Oh, it's not 12 o'clock yet. All right. Keep an eye on him, kids. I'll be back in a second.
20 to 12! 20 to 12! Jesus Christ, Billy! 20 to 12? Yeah, fucking idiot!
I'm a simple man, don't wanna complicate you.
So here we are. The eggs have hatched. Mayhem has ensued. The game insists that we are Billy, but I don't want to be Billy the fucking ballroot Peltzer. He's an imbecile. There's only one character that I want to be. Lynn Peltzer. She doesn't fuck about. I mean, who else do you want to be? Murray Futterman?
That's a Kentucky harvester.
Kate?
While everybody else is opening up their presents, they're opening up their wrists.
Gerald?
Come on, we're talking cable. Can't we have dinner tomorrow night?
I've got cable. I bet that Kate can barely walk to that pool table with her panties so sodden with lady damp after that proposition. You plank.
You putz.
You're a putz! Do you want to be one of the drunk cops? Or this cunt? Old lady or not, it was that guy's responsibility to tombstone that fucker right to the back of the queue. The line demands it. No, of course not. You don't want to be any of those people. You want to be Lynn the Punisher Peltzer. Look at this. All this wee prick did was enjoy her bacon. They're not for you, you seal-eared arsewipe. Bam! You're blitzed, motherfucker! Okay, before we get to lay down some Lynn Peltzer on this situation, we have a little Billy shite to do. To escape Cordelia, I'm calling this gremlin Cordelia. To escape her, we need to drop and roll like we're on fire, or else we'll catch another dart to the back of the bonnet. So duck, go down. I'm in the living room. Things I see: Christmas tree, sword on the wall, open door, Peltzer remote control, gremlin, and the kitchen. What we've rolled into is another situation with another deadly green bastard. There are swords on the wall though. Get one of these and kill gremlin. I get a lump in my throat saying this, but this is a situation in the film that Billy actually shows a glimmer of sharpness.
Mom, are you alright?
I think so.
While the movie in Britain was 15 rated and PG-13 in the States, this game is way before age ratings on game content. So, do you think that the game, which would largely have been played by children, is going to show a beheading? Of course it fucking will! I fucking love the 80s! In this room there is also a Peltzer remote control. We'll grab this up. Hopefully it won't explode in our hand like a goddamn firework. It is a Peltzer remote control after all. And then run off to the kitchen. So let's do that. Get remote. Go to kitchen. I'm in a kitchen. Things I see: a microwave oven, a food blender, closed laundry chute, closed drawer, a gremlin on a blender. Everything in this kitchen is controlled by the Peltzer remote control. Whether Randy Peltzer intended it, it's a matter for discussion. So push button. Boom! Okay, microwave switched on. I just cooked a gremlin. What now? Well, we push the button again. That turns off the microwave. And I push the button again. Push button. Okay, blender started. I blended a gremlin. What now? Turns off the mixer. Okay, blender stop. That is such a dangerous device to have open like that. Which gets me to wondering, the Peltzers have a really big house, and Billy lives in the loft. Were there more Peltzer children than Billy living underneath this roof? Did they fall afoul to the mixer? And are their bedrooms being maintained as permanent shrines to the deceased Peltzer offspring? Who knows? It's Christmas. Let's not worry about it. Push button. Opens the chute. Examine the chute and we will find Gizmo. Examine Gizmo because we want to see him. There it goes. He's not looking as cute as usual, but he has just been thrown down a laundry chute. And push button again. The drawer is now open, so examine the drawer. Examine drawer. Here we find a knife. Grab that up, and now we can really go all in Peltzer on this motherfucker. This fucked me for quite a few attempts at this game. We've examined the drawer, and it says that there is a knife in it. Only a knife. But if we examine the drawer again, now there's an electronic spark igniter in it. Was that being obscured by the knife or something? Why didn't you let me know there was 2 items in the drawer? Anyway, get the igniter, close drawer. Close the drawer. Probably didn't need to close the drawer. But I like to keep a tidy kitchen. Now, we still have a living gremlin in the house, so let's go back to the bedroom where Cordelia is still winging darts about like she's Phil the Power Taylor and stab her up. Kill gremlin with knife. Dart misses me. I killed a gremlin. So Cordelia's dead. Let's get that flashlight. Okay, let's get out of Peltzerville. And now we're outside. Now we have to make our way up the street to the petrol station. So north, east. There's the petrol station. Okay, go to station. We make our way up the street to the petrol station and we go to the pit. And in here I am in a pit. Things I see: welding torch, gas bottle with valve and pipe. We grab up the welding equipment and head to the Futtermans, where hopefully both of them are dead. Sadly they're not. They come back in Gremlins 2. That doesn't mean we can't fuck up his Kentucky harvester though. There's a practical reason in the game to disable the plough. The Gremlins take control of it and run you over, so it's best to take that bishop off the board. But I don't want you to misunderstand me. That is not the reason I'm vandalising this Kentucky harvester. This is...
These goddamn foreign cars, they always freeze up on you. You don't find American machinery doing that. Our stuff can take anything. See that plow? 15 years old. Hasn't given me a day's trouble in 15 years.
I'm not letting that stand. An American criticising a European car for its reliability? You know what, Futterman? Look at the cunt that's driving that car. Does he strike you as a man who changes out his summer coolant for something with a bit more antifreeze in it during the winter months? Huh? No. That European car is broken because it was given to a fucking nitwit. An American nitwit. So fuck you and fuck your Kentucky harvester. That bastard is getting welded inoperable just because you're a dick. So, open valve. Gas is on. What now? Light. Torch. Torch is lit. Now let's weld. Let's weld that Kentucky harvester. It worked. The controls are welded. Fuck you, Futterman. Fuck you, Futterman. How reliable is that going to be now, huh? 15 years, never had a day of trouble. Fuck you, it's giving you trouble now. Tomorrow you'll have a day of trouble. Wow, I feel so satisfied after that. Ruining Murray Futterman's tomorrow has really built a thirst up on me. Let's celebrate. Let's go down to the boozer. I'm in Dory's Tavern. Things I see: bar, tables, chairs, gang of gremlins. Oh dear, I have company. What now? Ah, shite, more of them. But you know what? They don't look like the worst folks I've ever slammed suds with. That guy in the fan? Hey, I hope there's another fan about for me to join in with that. Ah, fuck, I'm supposed to be killing these guys, I forgot. That's a shame, I wanted to play. And behind the bar, things I see: beer pumps, a pipe leading down to the beer keg, camera, and a gang of gremlins. Okay, let's get that camera. If we get the camera and push the button, it is going to flash the eyeballs out of this troublesome little bunch. Not quite the same as this stud, who's very proud of what God gave him. Click, flash, gremlins flee in panic. All the gremlinoids have been scared off by the flash, and if I'm lucky, I'll have a picture of a gremlin exposing himself for me to wank to later. If I'm honest though, I'm a little disappointed that I didn't get to mutilate any living things. God, once you let Lynn Peltzer in, she really takes you to dark places. Ooh. Speaking of dark places, we need to get to the cinema. Every once in a while we will be chased by a gang of gremlins, and they will kill us if we are not swift of foot and firm in decisiveness. If we get to the projection room in the cinema, we can fire up the projector and the gremlins will all gather and sit and watch a movie, while allowing us to go about our merry way, setting up traps to kill them. Kill them all. Kill them all. Ah! Get out of me, Lynn! The power of Christ compels you! At this point I have a confession to make. I can't complete this game. I've tried many times, and even to get to this point I had to use a walkthrough guide, and this is as good as I can do. But even with it, I still can't succeed. My main problem is this. We can't have the final showdown with Stripe like in the movie because it just wouldn't suit this style of gameplay. But Mr. Howarth, that's a difficult name to say for people with a Belfast accent. Mr. Howarth has come up with an intricate trap whereby we chase Stripe into the ventilation system of the store and we trap him there until the sun comes up. And it's a case of every day I'm bubbling. But it's entirely dependent on chasing Stripe out of this mailbox, cutting it up, and using the plates to block all of Stripe's escape routes. Light flashlight, mail, flashlight. Okay, Stripe the gremlin jumps out and runs off. My problem is here that I have to cut this mailbox up, but it never works. It never... use hacksaw to... Oh, maybe saw the mailbox. Saw mailbox. Saw is not a word I know. Cut the mailbox. Tried that. Cut box. No, I can't do that. See, this is the problem. My main problem is this. I have done my very best, but it looks like Kingston Falls is doomed. And not only do I lack the ability to save it, I also lack the motivation to save anybody who lives here. Not any of the teachers who work on their side projects until way into the early hours, and they're far too tired to teach any of the children, so they're just bang on a fucking movie. No wonder this town has a population that couldn't outwit creatures which were literally born yesterday. Not Corey Feldman. Do it. Cut through that electrical cable with metal scissors. Damn! He lived. Oh fate, why do you laugh at my frustration so merrily? And not this pair of super spreaders either.
My husband, Joe Harris, and I've taken up some sewing on the side.
Cover your mouth, kid.
Trying to tell me. I'm afraid that neither one of us will be paid for 2 weeks. Could
Cover your mouth.
Mr. Corbin to just give us a little more time.
Mrs. Harris, the bank and I have the same purpose in life, to make money, not to support...
Cover your mouth.
Deadbeat.
Cover your mouth.
Mrs. Deagle, it's Christmas!
Well, now you...
Fucking cover your mouth!
Mommy, I'm hungry. Yes, honey, so am I.
Jesus! Not Billy, not Kate, not the Futtermans, not Mrs. Beagle, and not Billy from Beverly Hills Cop. I've come to accept that Kingston Falls is dead. And if not dead, dying. And I have no wish to save it. Christ, did I say that? Or was it Lynn Peltzer? It's getting harder to determine where the blurry line between a gap-toothed idiot ending and Lynn Peltzer beginning actually is. All I know, all I truly know, is that I have tolerated my marriage to that fuck-up for long enough. All his failed inventions, all the burns from exploding this and exploding that. Who needs a fucking car dealing machine anyway? How can you use the shaving mirror and the razor at the same time? They're attached to one another. It's fucking ridiculous. I can kill him. Everybody will think that it was the Gremlins. If they can't find my body, they'll probably think that the Gremlins ate that too. I have an out. I have an escape route. I no longer have to be a wife to that fucking moron. I don't have to be a mother to that fucking 21-year-plus-year-old who won't get out of my fucking loft. I can start anew. I can find Ellen Ripley and Sarah Connor and join the group of badass mothers where I truly belong. Hey, exploring c64ing viewers. You're not gonna tell anybody, are you? I mean, you're not so big that you think that you won't fit into the microwave in your kitchen. I mean, do you? You know how to keep a secret, don't you? You don't want me to come for you, do you? Well, sleep tight. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.